Hi, we're at INTX in Chicago, and so much change is happening in this industry right now, consolidations, companies being bought, and one of the more recent events in that regard is the marriage of Aris with Active Video. This is not just them acquiring a company, this is basically putting your heads together to enhance the product line.
Absolutely, Fred. For us, this is acquisitions about getting the global scale for our platform that we've invested in and we've developed. We're at a point where we have proven the technology, and the technology works, and we have multiple major customer deployments happening. But ultimately, we're restricted by the number of salespeople and the operational infrastructure we have to grow the market opportunity. So with Aris and Charter forming, investing in us, and making this a joint venture, we still operate as a separate company. But ultimately, Aris is our our sales channel to market, and we have a big backing in terms of support from Charter as well.
What has motivated this from the standpoint of what the industry needs?
Yeah, I think we've been talking quite a bit, as well as Aris, about the future around software-defined television. The construct that you're eventually moving to the video delivery infrastructure, the service creation environment, all being virtualized and really capturing the essence of network function virtualization. These are all the industry sort of movements that's happening in networking, but we're seeing that happening at the services layer. And what we bring to it is that we are now virtualizing much of the CPE environment, so virtualizing CPE functions in the cloud as well. So we extend not just virtualization as it's happening in the cloud layer and the network layer, but it's also at the device layer. So that's our big value add to this.
As you look at the device layer, and as you look at where you guys have come from as supporting a next generation user experience on legacy set-tops, how are you bringing that into the multi-device arena and also into the next generation reduced form factor on the set-top?
This is an important point. Obviously, we create a lot of value in terms of extending UIs and services across a full domain of device environments. Obviously, the existing environment of devices is the most challenging one, and that's the value we immediately solve. But going forward, we really see a view of next generation CPEs being optimized to really take advantage of the processing, compute, and the storage, memory profiles, all of the cloud. But having functionality in the device that really enhances the video quality. For example, putting really high-end video 4K or HEVC type of capability in the device, maybe some high-end Wi-Fi capability, but offloading things like memory, graphics, CPU into the cloud, and so subsequently getting a very low cost point, but getting high functionality because of the cloud.
Yeah, it's a good point, because a lot of people talk about, well, we want to have the universal user experience across all devices, and that's a nice talking point. But when it gets right down to it, every device is different, and every device has different CPU and different architecture within the chipsets and everything else, and so to be able to maximize those devices to balance what's in the cloud versus what's being done on the device, that takes a whole lot of the software intelligence in the platform itself.
And this is the thing, you have to be able to translate what should live in the cloud, what should live in the device, how much of that relationship is bandwidth efficient, and at the same time allows for service creation. Because the day you ship a device, it becomes legacy by default, because the service innovation is often much at a faster pace than your device refresh. And so we always find that this is the problem we're built to solve, and we do it through virtualization technologies that really sort of encapsulate under the software-defined television vision that we've shared with the industry.
Now, will Aris be bringing some things that are more back office related and into marrying it with your platform?
So there's a good bit of opportunities that we're still exploring, and quite frankly, it's one that we just closed last Thursday. So that now we can have these conversations. But ultimately, we see great opportunities around being able to update massive VOD infrastructures that operators have been thinking about doing, being able to bring in online content directly into this television service and onto these devices through virtualization technologies like ours, and then also accelerating the rollout of concepts, of services like network DVR, where Aris is particularly very strong in.
Now, of course, analytics plays a huge role in the monetization process that goes with all this in advertising, and they bring some of that to the table
absolutely.
as well.
This is where Aris, I think, has a very strong cloud offering, and we hope to build on and accelerate what they have.
Well, Murali, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
Thanks.